I'm Jen Carlman with InLab News. We are here at the Spigit Innovation Conference at Half Moon Bay, and I am joined by the man of the hour, Spigit CEO Paul Pluschkell. Thank you so much for having us here and joining me. So we all know what Spigit is, but I want you to just sort of explain in layman's terms for people who don't know. Give me an idea of what Spigit really is and what you guys do.
Okay, well, you're familiar with Facebook, correct? So Facebook is a great place for people to meet and gather and share what they're doing, find friends, keep up to date, and we do that basically for the enterprise. Facebook doesn't work in enterprise because it actually drains productivity. You find a lot of ways to use Facebook that aren't productive, and you can't get very deep because it's really about ties that you know or ties that want to reach out to you that you either accept or you don't accept. With our software and our platform, it's really focused around goal-driven collaboration. So it's idea management, innovation management, but it's based on knowledge points and experts. So you might be an outlier in your organization. They might not know that you exist, but you have some great talent that can help the company's bottom or top line, and our software is going to help them find it. So we're taking the collective power of your entire organization's employees, customers, and partners and harnessing that for creating knowledge for you to make decisions to increase your top line or improve your bottom line.
I want to talk about collaboration in just a second, but in your keynote address, or when you kind of were introducing Andy McAfee, you were talking about the importance of innovation today in the market, kind of where we're going. So give me an idea in your own best expertise of why innovation right now is so important for companies to embrace and to get technology like yours to really be on top of the market these days.
So I'll go back and kind of use a little bit of Gary Hamel's thought process here. In the industrial age, it was really about physical goods and such. And then we went to the information age where, computers were prevalent and we were trying to use information for knowledge and to get ahead. And we're now in the creative economy. And the creative economy is really, where do you find the intellectual bright minds? There's many places that you can do things. You can outsource things to various nations. You can build them in-house. But where do you get the great ideas? And we're finding out in the past, you would have silos of really smart people. And we'll always have those. They'll always be there. But how do you take the employees and the scale that you have and use collaborative decision making? How do you take a series of weak ties, strong ties, potential ties, put them together to get the greatest outcome you can for your company or idea? And that's really, this is unprecedented. Never before has anybody gotten together on such a massive scale for innovation. And innovation is really the leader for companies. If you want to find a company today, what's a company that you like, Jen? Apple?
Yeah, I love Apple.
Okay, I love Apple too. And if we wanted to create the next Apple and we had $100 billion and we shot for Apple, by the time we got there, they would already be on to something. So you can't be looking at your competition to go forward. You have to be looking at what's next. And how do you do that? You do that by listening to your customers. You do that by listening to your employees. You do that by living within your product and your dream. So we need that collective information all in real time gathered up. And there has to be some software that allows that data or information to become knowledge, because the problem is you can have information overload. And if you don't get back to people in any time, they're not going to continue contributing. It's not sustainable. So we have incentives, rewards, social recognition, monetary recognition, reputation gaining, and the end of the day is we're allowing this collective wisdom to be transferred to knowledge for a company to improve their top line or improve their bottom line. So I think what you see is this paramount shift, and Andrew McAfee did a nice job today of explaining that you could throw a lot of supercomputers at something to solve a problem. But if you took a lot of super minds, or just a lot of average minds, and put them together, because you have to have all different demographics to be able to predict an outcome, or actually find the right outcome. So what we're doing is we're allowing masses of groups of people with maybe has a very small or limited amount of knowledge for something, but collectively those little parts of knowledge can add up to a whole that is much greater than any one individual. So there's two aspects here. One is the collective wisdom. So you have where you ask a crowd and you ask them a question and they usually do better than the expert. But that's only one aspect of it. The other aspect is there are a lot of experts out there that you're not aware of, and we have to help you identify those experts, because if an expert can move the lever much quicker than a group of individuals, let's find the experts, help us move the lever, and put all this together for a great outcome.
We've seen your company grow so much. We were here at this conference last year. You had roughly 40 people. This year you've got more than 150. Give me an idea of where Spigit is growing. You guys personally, how are you growing as a company? Where are we going to see you next year?
Well, yeah, it's really great. We're no longer having to go out to the market and educate our customers. Now the customers are understanding the power of collaboration tools and goal-driven production software. So we're right now the market leader in terms of size, employees, in terms of growth, in terms of revenue. I think pretty much every statistical category. So I would think next year that instead of 150 people, we'll have 1,000 people. And this is no longer a segment in the market; it's becoming a category. I believe personally this will be bigger than CRM. CRM, 10 to 15% of your workforce needs that tool. With innovation idea management, 100% of your workforce needs it. Your customers need it. And if you keep looking at the growth, it's really when it extends out to crowds. So we provide a tool. The power of the tool is when the X Prize takes our tool to solve the problem of the oil spill. The power of our tool is when Cisco takes it to solve what the next billion-dollar idea for their company is. It's not a tool to be used by Spigit, although we do use our own tool for our customers for our growth, but it's really empowering our customers with our tool to find what's next for them.
And one last question, I want to ask you about the juice, the Spigit juice that we were talking about earlier. So tell me a little bit about that.
Well, if you think about a software company, probably our biggest obstacle is our ability to scale. You have to make sure that you can scale to keep taking care of the customers. And we haven't had a customer leave us at Spigit, so I think we're doing a very good job. We want to stay ahead of that curve. So what we're doing is we're taking this cumulative brain power of all of our customers' best practices and putting up in an online learning center. So we can seed content, but they can all seed content. They can learn through each other. LinkedIn mentioned there's 700 innovation officers in the United States, chief innovation officers, 25,000 people with innovation in their title. This is only going to grow. So where is this knowledge center going to come from? We're hoping it's Spigit Juice.